Hi folks, Denny here from northern Wisconsin. Today I'm going to show you how I fixed a lawnmower that's over 20 years old and never had any maintenance. It's the one we use up north in northern Wisconsin. I was using it a couple of weeks ago and it was running great, and I commented to my daughter how that thing just kept running and running and running, and then it just died on me. And I went in there and I figured it was a fuel problem and I didn't want to mess with it, so I changed the carburetor, I changed the air filter, I changed the spark plug, and it still wouldn't start. And then I remembered here a long time ago I had a similar problem, and this video shows how I fixed this one the same way I fixed it years ago. So anyhow, enjoy the video and give me a like, and please subscribe if you like it, and check out some of my other videos. A couple of weeks ago I was up here, I was running in there and it just quit. And I thought, well, I didn't do something, I guess. Well, I put a new carburetor on it, a new air filter, and cleaned everything out, and it still wouldn't start. And you can see the carburetor there. When you change the carburetor, I want to caution you to make sure you understand and notice how the linkages are hooked up. I didn't do it, and I had a heck of a time getting them in the right position. Actually, my daughter came over to see how I was doing, and I think she actually figured it out because she was in there doing it, and all of a sudden they were in the right place. So just make note of that so you don't have a lot of trouble like I did. You might take a look here at this magneto. You can look at how rusty those things are. I had this problem before when an old lawnmower left out all winter. Got all rusty. I had to clean those off. And then if you look in here where okay, right there. You see right in there? That's all corroded also, so I got to clean all that up. Then hopefully, I think this thing will work. Okay, these are the magnets that are mounted on the flywheel, and these are what you got to take a little light sandpaper and get most of the rust off. You don't have to get them. You don't have to get them bright and shiny, but if you get most of the rust off, that'll work. And you got to be careful not to take a whole lot off, though, because the gap between these magnets on the flywheel and the pickup coil can only be between 10 and 14 thousandths. So you got to be real careful. Now you see these there, you go left and right on these, you can see some lines on the magnets there. So if you go left and right very lightly and just take the rust and not a lot of the metal off, you should be fine. Okay, this is the pickup coil. You can see the little square thing is brown, it's got rust on it. You want to sand that also, and I believe this one was also on the left to right nomenclature. So whatever way it looks like the lines are going, that's the way you want to take some light sandpaper. Again, remember, the gap can only be 10 to 14 thousandths. And then what I did for both of them is I just wiped them off with a dry cloth, sprayed a little carb cleaner on them, let them dry up good, and it worked perfect. Okay, we're going to change the recoil on this thing also, because the rope wouldn't go back into the recoil. And you see these little flanges I was just flicking there, they were wrong or bad. So what I did is I bought another recoil to mount on there, and it's not exactly the same, but it'll fit. And you can see here I can't get the handle out of there without untying it. And once you untie it, you don't know what's going to happen. So I'm just going to remove that little flange there And I'll just cut that out, and then I'll be able to get the handle out and the new one installed properly. Okay, so I took a little vice grips and I just plowed that open, and I was able to get the old one out of there. Here's the new one I'm going to put in. Looks pretty good, so I'm just going to set that on there, and then I'll feed the cord through it and see what happens. Okay, there it is, all ready to go. I had to leave the cover off the top because the new recoil assembly is 1/8 of an inch too higher, or is 1/8 of an inch higher than the other one. But that's okay, I can just run it this way. Maybe I'll put some standoffs or something in there. But she's running as good as new. So there you have it. Don't forget about cleaning out those magnets and the pickup. Okay. Okay, what I had to do was sand off the magnets so the magneto and the pickup would work. That was all rusty. New carburetor, new spark plug, new air filter, and it still wouldn't start, so they cleaned that magnet off and the magneto, and it all works. Take a look at this. Just perfecto. There. Okay, there you have it. That's how I got my lawnmower to run. And if everything else fails, carburetor, air filter, fuel filter, whatever, any of those things, if it still don't start, check out those magnets in the pickup coil. If they're rusty, sand them down. Like I said, you don't need to get them shiny, just get most of the rust off. And when I did this, I didn't even bother checking that gap. I just cleaned them off and let it go. Hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe and give me a like. And thanks for watching.